Here is a timeline of how Britain engineered the theft of Palestinian land. To this day, Britain stands as the pinnacle of the colonial project. We begin in the year 1916, with the infamous Sykes-Picot Agreement. This was a secret deal between Britain and France to carve up lands controlled by the Ottoman Empire, all while deceiving the Arabs into revolting for independence. Palestine was placed under international administration, and Greater Syria was fractured. In the year 1917, we see the Balfour Declaration. This was the result of a century of evangelical Protestant ideology, which saw Britain as divinely mandated to bring Jews to the land of Palestine. Britain promised to support the establishment of a so-called Jewish national home in Palestine. No mention was made of the rights of the indigenous Arab population. From 1921 to 1922, Britain was granted the mandate over Palestine. New borders were drawn, separating Palestine from Syria and Lebanon, severing historical land ties. Throughout the 1920s and 30s, forced sales began. British regulations barred non-residents from owning land in Mandate Palestine. Many Arab landowners living outside the land were prevented from managing their properties and were forced to sell at low prices due to legal and logistical barriers. Zionist agencies, backed by European capital and British legal cover, stepped in as exclusive buyers. Between 1936 and 1939, Britain introduced the Land Transfer Ordinance. These stricter laws were said to regulate land sales, but in practice, they formalized mass land transfers to Zionist organizations while ignoring the displacement of Palestinian peasant farmers. During the same period, the Arab Revolt erupted. Palestinians rose up against British policies and land dispossession. Britain brutally suppressed the revolt with executions, home demolitions and curfews, all while continuing to arm and train Jewish militias. In 1947, the United Nations Partition Plan was proposed. The vast lands acquired under British facilitation now formed the backbone of the proposed Jewish state. Palestinians, who owned more than 90% of the land, were offered only 45% of the territory. In 1948 came the Nakba, the catastrophe. Zionist militias seized more than 78% of the land. Over 750,000 Palestinians were expelled, while British occupying forces prevented Palestinians from forming any military force, yet actively trained Zionist gangs. This is the legacy of British savagery in Palestine.